Well, today's the day. I cannot believe it. It has genuinely been 5 years since the Nintendo Switch came out. Here I am in college, living life as it is, not the best case, but yeah, hey, could always be worse. But yeah, right there. Right there I was completely shocked. Um as you can tell, I'm doing something slightly different compared to the original video, but yeah, like to me, I remember seeing this trailer and just being like in awe because remember, we were living in the Wii era. I consider the Wii U as a Wii because, it's literally the sequel to the Wii. But yeah, it's just so crazy that this has been a really interesting time to be a Nintendo fan and such, and like it's so weird to think back then, oh, we used to have to buy a home console and a handheld to play all Nintendo games. And now Nintendo is like, let's combine the worlds together, the processing and the portability of a video game console. And I think that's honestly insane to me. And like that shot right there, that'll always live in infamy for me because, God, like you try and do that on an actual plane when it's taking off, yeah, you're not going to have that nice of a trip. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people made parodies back then about the plane and all that. But yeah, it's just so weird. Just that clicking and everything. Obviously, you can't hear it here. They never released that, which I don't believe they ever will. But just imagine if they did, though. That would be pretty insane. But I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me. But yeah, there's Mario Kart there and just pretty interesting. But yeah, this honestly is such a weird time to go back to for me because I mean, it was probably the best time in my life because I was actually like enjoying my life at that time, and I'm enjoying it here in college. But all the fun ideas of oh, I'm soon gonna become an adult and all that. I'm almost 20 years old. Yeah, like it really is weird, just weird that I was 14 back then, and even though when I hear myself say 14, it's not that long because some people are like in their 60s. My dad's in his 60s now. And I'm just like, oh, it's weird. But, yeah, I mean, it genuinely was cool seeing a new console. Like, I've been there since day zero. And then this was the trailer that finally announced what the Nintendo NX was. And it was pretty cool. And there was so much confirmation of me, which I think I told last time. Yeah, see Splatoon 2 right there. There was so much confirmation of like, oh, yeah, I should wait for the new games and such for like Splatoon and Mario because I was pretty sure that was going to happen. And I don't know if it was before or after this trailer. Most likely after. But for some reason I was still thinking, oh, maybe I should play one of those games still on the Wii U for a full price. That would have been a sad $60 if I bought Mario Kart. But yeah, like in this shot, this honestly still pisses me off. It really does. It would have been so cool if Nintendo was cool with tournaments, but you know how it'd be. But yeah, that ruined it right there. Cool. I thought it says like 2017. I thought it was saying March, but yeah, Bethesda, NBA. Yeah, it was just those two. That's interesting. But next thing I got right here is this bad boy. And I don't even think Nintendo ever officially saved this, but yeah, I'm watching this on another person's channel who recorded the whole thing, thankfully. But yeah, this light show, they were like, "Oh, it's high tech and everything," and like Etika was reacting to this, and then he was just like, "What the hell is this?" And you got all these people who are just like, "Okay, so what's this console gonna be like?" Yeah, it literally just that. But yeah, this presentation was live, and I don't think Nintendo's really ever done anything like this since. And it really kind of brought back like the early 2010 Nintendo wanting to be able to like be live. But yeah, they haven't done anything this big ever since. And the OG guy himself, who replaced sadly it's Satoru Iwata as he passed away, but I wish he was still here. The new president, he is very boring. This man, he actually kind of had a presence at Nintendo, but yeah, the new guy. No one talks about him, and I believe this man is Kimishima. Let me see. Kimishima, yeah. He was the president for a bit, and then he got replaced by a younger guy, which you would think that'd be better, but I don't even know what the guy is. Hey, hopefully he's doing stuff at Nintendo. But yeah, you know how it'd be. Nintendo always gonna have it to where they're gonna protect their properties like Disney. Even though with Disney you can easily pirate it and all that, and Nintendo gets quite pirated. But yeah, just back then, I remember actually. This was when I was in my bedroom and there was like an exam coming up or something. I don't know exactly what was going on, but my parents, mainly my mom, didn't want me to watch something like this at the time. But man, I am so happy I did because it really was interesting. And I think this was in December or actually January of 2017. That's why it was called the 2017 presentation. But yeah, just it's so weird to look back. It really is. Not too much has changed, but yeah, just my living situation, my position in life and all that. Just it's so weird, and I'm honestly so happy I'm able to record my thoughts and all that with the internet, mainly YouTube, even though YouTube has had some weird stuff in the past. Because I remember 2017 was like a big year. I started learning more about YouTube, the demonetization and all that, and there was the adpocalypse and all fun stuff, pyrocynical and all that. All those good YouTubers talking about fun stuff like that, and then Logan Paul finding a dead body, beginning of 2018, I believe. So, yeah, those were wild times, really. And the guy got Pokemon cards up. He went boxing and all that fun stuff. But yeah, just really weird. By this point, we got COVID. We got the Ukraine, I believe. I don't know. Anyways, the attack on Ukraine and all that, and just yeah, man. But yeah, people were actually saying about the price. They were thinking it could be like a PS4 or something like that, and then Etika was so happy that it wasn't $250 because he was like, it's better hardware, and I mean. I guess, but yeah, imagine if it was 250 back then, and then they kept on using the same for the OLED. Oh my god, it'd be ridiculous. But what kind of was weird when our Shy Guy he talked about in his video, he said how the Switch doesn't need more power and such. I still think that's pretty weird because obviously the Wii U had issues, power, and most of the time people didn't really care. But just thinking about back then, like no one talked about the power of the Wii U. People were just saying it doesn't have a lot of support. Here, the Switch is all about like, hey, we just want more power to our consoles, but you know how it be. But yeah, just to me, the online service. Oh my god, it was free at one point, and it was right whenever Smash was about to be released when they changed it. And yet they said by the end of this year it'd be gone. But hey, region locking is gone, so I'm happy about that, which was pretty cool actually. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal to me, to be honest. I mean, hopefully I can go and buy some European games and then it doesn't matter. But yeah, I still think it's weird how they did region locking. I get to like organize the games in a sense, but it should be, systems are pretty similar and it should be fine. But hey, at least they got rid of it. I'm honestly happy that they did. But yeah, other stuff I wanted to talk about was the Switch itself. Like to me, I wanted to also talk about a few other things. But yeah, this man, he's been showing up a lot more. He has so much. Member of the board. Okay, we're pausing. Hang on. Entertainment Planning and Development Division, General Manager, Managing Executive Officer, Director. Like, this man has so much, and you see this man's smug face. You can already tell that he's one of the big boys at Nintendo. But I think he was the guy. He's the new creator of like video game consoles for Nintendo. But he was probably under the guy's wing. I forgot the man's name. If I can actually pull it up. He was the guy who made the NES and the SNES back then. Sadly, let me see if I can find him first. Let me see. Masayuki Uemiura. He's the designer behind the NES and SNES. He sadly passed away at the age of 78 last year, late December. That's honestly insane. He didn't even make it to Christmas. He died on December 21st. But yeah, I think this guy, like, he was probably there back then, probably at the SNES. But yeah, like, he's the guy who basically makes the Switch. But yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Like, it's pretty crazy how the Switch is. Like, it's so nice and cool how they're able to pack in so much tech into the controllers. That was what interested me at first. Was the idea of, oh, hey, that's so cool about how they did all the inputting of the buttons and all that, the portability. They're showing it here. Yeah, then they said they added 4 buttons and the shoulders. I think Sony helped them with that, which honestly kind of seems insane to think about. They helped them with the hardware of the console, but I think they also messed with the controller. They added analog stick, which I don't know exactly what to call the Atari stick, but well, I guess it's called a joystick, while that one's called an analog stick. I guess that's the difference. But yeah, when I look at Atari, I'm just like, it's pretty similar. But yeah, then they talked about the handle, and I remember someone making a joke about that, saying like, they added a handle to this. Wow. I mean, they couldn't talk about having dual sticks because obviously PlayStation already did that. DS was stylus. Yeah, they show the stylus. It's honestly probably going to be my favorite console overall. The Wii console is still pretty nice, but I can't really go back to it. Wii U, just, it's the in between. This one, he was saying he was talking about tablets, but then they were like too early, I believe. But I'm not sure. Just seeing this image right here, like, they didn't organize it in any way. They just scattered it all, and then we're like, hey, this is all of the DNA not made. This photo was not made by a child, just so you know. But yeah, I don't know. Just when I look at the Switch, I'm just like, this is its own thing. It's not going back to old consoles. And that was back then. Now it's basically a machine that has pretty much all the Wii U games that are important or has sequels to them, which is pretty insane because we still don't even have DK Country because, you know, we have a remake on our hands, even though it's just a remaster more than anything. But yeah, like Breath of the Wild back then, like, I think I saw it in 2016, and just, wow, it's honestly crazy how much it is. And look at that screen, the bezels. Look, I honestly don't give a shit about the bezels. Like, yeah, it makes it look like a tablet that came out in 2008 or whatever. But honestly, though, y'all are like screen junkies when it comes to, oh, I want to have a full screen and all that. Look, I own an OLED, and I will admit, side by side, it's nicer. But in all honesty, you could just live on a Switch. Like, really? If you don't compare it to OLED, it's just that. It's literally the same device. It's nothing unique under the hood. It's just everything in the front and back, I guess. But, yeah. But, yeah, they also said, let's switch to this. And it's just like, stop it. And that was right when they showed off the Splatoon trailer and all that with Etika. And then he started getting hype. But yeah, I don't know. Just to me, yeah, that kicks in. To me, I definitely enjoy the Switch as it is, but obviously there's problems with as you can see with the Joy-Con right there. That's the biggest problem. Yeah, to me, I thankfully don't mess with Joy-Con too much. I think it's very convenient and such. But I'm still surprised they haven't made like Pro Joy-Cons or anything like that and make it like an extra $10. But I guess, yeah, that's the problem. Like, it would be more expensive. But if they really wanted to, and obviously they have third parties that can do it as well, but if they really wanted to, they could easily make it to where they make their own controllers. But yeah, here's the battery. 3 hours. I think we get 4.5 hours with new models of the Switch and all that. Yeah, I still can't believe that was fine. Type-C. Okay, this was actually important right here. That Type-C. That was something I wanted to bring up as well, which actually is important. But I have so many Type-C devices now. But weirdly enough, in 2017, my first Type-C device was the Nintendo Switch. And literally, it went full circle. So at first, I bought a new phone, and I got the Samsung instead of Apple. Second Type-C. My next Type-C was a bunch of other random smaller Bluetooth headphones that had Type-C ports on the back. Then I bought some Samsung earbuds that were Type C and reverse wireless charging and all that fun stuff. And or it's the wireless charging or whatever, if you want to call it that, even though no one really cares too much now. Then I bought some Sony WH4 headphones. I'm not gonna say the whole name, but yeah, it's the 4th gen headphones with Type C. And finally, as my newest Type C device, I now have a Switch OLED. And weirdly enough, the bottom of it, I don't know if this is like a problem with some models or something, but it has a gap between the port, and I don't know if the port's supposed to expand or whatever. But yeah, just seeing like the hole cut out and then seeing the Switch like charger port like be not filling up the hole completely, it's like, ugh, I hate that. And I looked at my old Switch and it looks perfectly fine. So I don't know what was up with that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It introduced me to Type C. I thought it was a proprietary. I believe that's how you say it. It was a proprietary port. And they did that literally throughout the generations. I didn't even know that the Wii U Pro controller was mini USB. And I had no idea. I thought it was its own charging port. That's how weird it was to me. But it's still kind of crazy. You had PlayStation, who had the first rechargeable controller with micro USB, and Xbox and the Wii remote both used batteries. Then the next generation comes. Xbox can charge, but like you need to buy its own batteries and all that, which is basically how the 360 was. Same with the Wii, but not exactly. You would go onto a stand, which was really bad because it took like a whole day for a good 3 hours of battery or whatever. They were terrible. But yeah, the next generation, they had it with the Pro controller. They used mini USB, while PlayStation 4 had micro USB. And then when the Switch comes out, they now have Type C. And now every company besides Microsoft still using batteries for some reason, but hey, at least you can get rechargeable ones. They have it to where they're now Type C. So it's honestly great that they did this because, God, just imagining how it would be if they were like, oh, let's do the micro, because they did that with the SNES Classic, which, yeah, that makes sense, but wow, like, imagine micro USB on the Switch. That would just suck completely, but thankfully we have Type C, and yet for some reason they have different voltage outputs, so a lot of Switches bricked whenever they use third-party docks and all that, and thank God I kept on using my same charger because I think that was the biggest problem, but you know, obviously everyone's having issues with the outputs and all that, but you know how Nintendo is, being weird, saying, oh, you gotta buy official products from them, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I'm happy with Type C. Honestly, it's such a nice port to have, and this microphone I'm using actually uses micro USB, so you gotta love that. And yeah, there they are, the Joy-Con. They were so damn small, and they honestly felt like an evolution of the Wii remote, but like in so many bad ways, it was not an evolution. Doesn't have the IR sensor, but like obviously gyro controls. And yeah, this beautiful man, let's see what he's all about. He is Nintendo Switch general producer. I think he's the one who actually makes the Switch, my bad. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, he's also the one who makes Mario Odyssey. That's the insane part. But yeah, to me, just when it comes to the Joy-Con, like, they have gyro controls and HD rumble, and it's really cool that how they work and such, but yeah, like, it's not exactly the best, but hopefully it goes hopefully like everything can get better with the next console. But yeah, look at that. Like, I don't know if I'm pretty sure his hands are quite big, but yeah, just how tiny those things are. It's ridiculous. But yeah, to me, the Joy-Cons I like, but obviously they have problems. They have the drifting issue, which Chai Guy talked about, and I don't know, I guess it was 2017, but the first big issue was the Bluetooth connection, because people were saying like the right one has issues with the internals of the Joy-Con and such. But yeah, it's so weird. But they also built in Amiibo functionality, which they'll show off soon. But yeah, like, they built it in every Joy-Con. They have no option to where you can buy cheap ones and all that. But yeah, it just sucks. And the IR sensor. Has anyone actually used the IR sensor other from like the tech demos back in 2017. There's some eShop games, but just, yeah, no one uses that. And yet people like collecting the Joy-Cons, and I'm just like, yeah, and there's the amiibo. Every Joy-Con has that. It's stupid. Like, obviously not on the left, but in the right one. Like, the right one is clearly meant to be like the all-in-one. But yeah, that capture button though, I can still remember when it used to be just photos, and then like early 2018 they added it in finally. But then Smash, for some reason, which is the biggest true problem for me, is that they were like, oh, you can have it to where you can capture videos on the Smash Brothers software. First of all, it only records regular matches. Second of all, what if I want to get clips of stuff? Like, you can't tell me, oh yeah, you can just use the Joy-Con, or you can just use the software in the Smash Brothers. And I'm just like, y'all are idiots. Let's use the Joy-Con's share button. Can we not do that? Also, those buttons are so damn small. Sorry, I just had to get a drink. But, yeah, I mean, it's so weird. It really is. I keep on saying that, but yeah, it really was an interesting time to be a Nintendo fan because, yeah, like, I love their stuff. I love their games. Like, I'm glad by this point I've gone over the middle school drama of, like, the idea of, oh, Nintendo's for babies or whatever. Like, it's for everyone. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up, honestly. I don't care what you think. If you want to play your Call of Duties and play the same damn shooter, you have fun with yourself. But I'm going to try and get some fun experiences in this couch pose. Yeah. Honestly, though, I wish I could do that more. And thankfully now I'm doing it more in bed. But, yeah, like, it's not exactly like, oh, this is how I love playing my games. Not to mention, back then, I was like a junkie for really intense games. I was like, oh, I want to play really hard games. And thankfully, I'm more lax. But yeah, something like Elden Ring, it gets me excited. But if that was back in 2019, you already know I would have tried to buy it, even though I didn't even have a PS4 until 2020. The different color Joy-Cons. Apparently, some people playing with the Switch that were inside Nintendo, they decided to mix the Joy-Cons. Then they were thinking, oh, hey, we can mix the colors. And then that's how we got the neon red and neon blue. They were going to just make neon blue and neon red by themselves, but no. I still like the colors of the black just because it makes it look more sleek, but yeah, as time went on, instead of using the black Switch, they then started using the neon because they wanted it to be more colorful. And fun fact, Dr. Stone in season 1, in the final episode, they showed off the Switch, and it was with the neon red and neon blue Joy-Cons. Woo! I love it. Anyways, I mean, I think it's fine. And these straps, I genuinely want to know if anyone bought those straps. I kind of surprised that they made the shoulder buttons, like, as in they still kept them black for some reason. This was cool. Like, I will admit, that IR sensor is actually cool. It's kind of crazy, though, that instead of it being in the front, it's in the back. But it makes sense, obviously. But, yeah, it's just weird. But, yeah, this was cool, though. Just that. Like, I wish I could play the audio, but I don't want to get copyrighted, even though I probably will still. But, yeah, like, seeing the ice in the cup, oh, that was cool. And then he decided, oh, it's getting cold, but let me impress y'all more. And I'll just let it play. You can feel 1, 2, 3 ice cubes in a drink. And then he snaps, and then he somehow gets water. And he's like, you can feel the water filling the glass. And it's just like, wow, that's a fun time. And then they announced HD Rumble. Apparently PS5 kind of has this, but like the Joy-Cons, since they're in a smaller shell and such, I believe that's why you can feel it more. But yeah, imagine the motors in the PS5 being as strong as the ones in the Joy-Con, to where it's like, oh, it almost feels like you can feel it. But yeah, then they showed this shit, and I'm just like, this is like a iPhone commercial where you have the power in your hand. And yeah, like the drift and all that, and that stick right there, that's all I'm looking at right now. But yeah, like, I just don't get it. Either way, I mostly mess with the Pro Controller now because it still has HD Rumble, thankfully. But yeah, it's still $10 more to buy a set of Joy-Cons than it is to buy a Pro Controller. That still, like, makes no sense to me. Obviously, the parts and all that inside, but yeah. But this is when they revealed their newest IP. No, never mind. It's actually 1-2-Switch. I was gonna say if it was ARMS, that was cool. This was pretty fun to watch. I will say, like, obviously this was pretty damn long, but yeah. 1-2-1-2-Switch. And I don't know if this man's still around, honestly. But yeah, he's a general director. But yeah, he's the one who made this game, so that's fun. I still think it's a fun game to possibly play, but man, they genuinely never mark this game down. But yeah, here we are with the OMS. Everyone was like, what the hell is going on here? But I think it's a cool idea what they did, but really is like underutilized to where they didn't do too much. But yeah, it was like pretty fun to see the ideas they were coming up with. But like they already had a fighter, which is Smash, but you know, they wanted to do their own thing technically and make a 3D fighter, I guess, but at least it's not completely similar to Smash because that would be kind of like not that big of a deal. But yeah, just like all the random stuff, but yeah, it's still kind of insane to me that oh wait. I'm a goober. I am genuinely a goober. Today's the 4th. Why did I think it was the 3rd? Yesterday I was with my friend. That was the day when the Switch came out. Yeah, but yeah, what I meant to say was, oh, it's been a day now since it's been the 3rd. Oh wow, it's now been a day later since the Switch came out 5 years ago. And the reason why I just found out was because I'm in the solid room. I'm in a slightly different one, but I'm in a solid room. I looked to my left with 2 computers, with one of them always being on. It said 5:48, Friday, March 4th. I'm a genius. Anyways, yeah, happy Switch 5th anniversary a day ago, I guess. But yeah, I feel like a dumbass now. Cool. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, to me, this game could have been great, and I feel like they can make a sequel easily, but so far they haven't been doing too much besides Min Min and Smash, and no announcement for the sequel, most likely due to the fact that this wasn't exactly the most popular game, but who knows, probably could get a sequel at some point. But yeah, those were the 4 characters, and I thought that was a lot of ARMS, and then they would have quite a few characters. I can't even think. They then announced Min Min and Twintel, and then Erika got really sad, which I said before. But yeah, I think still cool idea, fun stuff. But yeah, the middle of it is kind of where it started to lose steam. It showed Splatoon. The music in this trailer was so nice. I love it. Kind of trying to finish because, you know, it's not really much else. Like near the end is really where it gets exciting. But I remember when they showed the rolling with the dual splatter guns. I remember thinking that every character can do it, and now Splatoon 3 looks like it could come out. But yeah, this is when the guy dabs. Very funny meme at the time. But I remember when they were saying the announcer, they were like, "Is planned for launch." Like, I think he was trying to hype it up, but the announcer was like, are you gonna announce it, or are you trying to do something? That was the funny thing about this whole presentation. The translators found out that one of the guys, I think it was him, but it was Janitsi Mamusha. I can't say his name or whatever. But yeah, they had it to where he apologized to the translator and gave him a gift basket. He was like, he's going completely off script, and I can't even understand what he's saying exactly. I feel like they kind of went by script, but at the same time, it was like, no, he kind of improvised quite a bit. But yeah, this was the reveal of a new Mario game. I remember thinking this was so weird. Like, it didn't seem like Mario, but I think people could see on the side, like Dixie and all that. Probably thought about Donkey Kong possibly, but yeah, still, like, this Mario, he looks so like enthusiastic and energetic compared to the old Marios. Obviously, he was emotional back then or whatever, but this one, and like his head is bopping with his cap on, like that is such a fun detail. But yeah, they were going back to the full open world 3D Mario, which yeah, you could tell with this one, but yeah, it was so cool to see this trailer and the music. Like I said, the music from Mario Odyssey trailers and all that, they are all bangers in my eyes. And like, Jump Up Superstar, that was like actually a favorite for people on like music top 10 list, I believe. I don't know exactly where, but But yeah, this to me I think is my favorite 3D Mario game. 2D Mario, I'm still kind of like I don't even know, but definitely without a doubt this is my favorite 3D Mario game. And it could be my favorite, but I don't know. Just I still need to play the classics. That's the problem for me. I still can't even really try and beat a Mario game without there being issues. I was close with 1, but yeah, 1, it's the most basic one. But 3 for some reason for me, I just can't get into 3. It's just weird. 2 I want to finish, but like for me, I try and beat them on the original cartridge because I own them for some reason, but you know how it is, just owning physical copies and all that. I love that. But yeah, then they showed the new ability with Cappy, and then literally in the finale they show, oh yeah, the hat's alive, and then Mario riding a jaguar basically, or a Jaxie, I think that's what they actually call him. But yeah, like honestly, this game was pretty insane. And then seeing Bowser and Peach finally getting married, wow, what a huge difference. And apparently there was a theory with those bunnies thinking, oh, they were gonna get married at one point, and then it was just no, we're here for Bowser, and it's like, okay, cool. This was a scary enemy, but then someone after said was like, hey, he's the second scariest thing, and then turns out there was a dragon. Spoilers, but yeah. Super Mario Odyssey. I was thinking about or Homer's Odyssey. I was thinking about that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Then they showed Cappy, and then the hat turns into Cappy. But yeah, and then they're gonna show this man. He transformed while the trailer was playing. But yeah, really cool trailer. I like it. He was making this game while making the Switch, so I think that was really cool. But yeah, this is when it gets kind of Xenoblade 2, like I said, I liked the game. I enjoyed it, but if I were to go back, probably not exactly. Then they showed off this game, and then it was like big deal and all that. I think they've made 3, weirdly enough. But yeah, so they announced 11. Yeah, they announced 11 coming onto the Switch. I don't even know if 10's there. But this was literally the last game that has been released that came from this presentation. Other games were just canceled otherwise. This was literally the last game from the original 2017 presentation that literally had its release within like the last few months. 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are now finally with all the games from this presentation available. Like, I genuinely want to know if PS4 ever had a presentation like this, and then the game would come out like years later. And most likely that was the case for them, but yeah, it's so weird to think about how that is. Then they showed Octopath Traveler, like the graphics and all that. Now they're going to show off people. This man is Sega. I think he's the one who makes Monkey Ball and all that, and I never knew who he was exactly. Todd Howard, yeah, he was becoming a legend in my eyes, and then yeah, just weird. Now this is the man, Grasshopper Studios and all that. It's just so weird how that was. But yeah, Travis Strikes Again, the new game, and then they released 3 and are saying that there could be a 4th, but I don't know. But yeah, it was so weird. This man was so damn tall at EA. Oh my god. Then they started like supporting the Switch less and less, and it's like, you give us shitty games. Why are you like saying it's our fault for not buying the games or whatever? Anyways, I'm just glad that EA is not even that big of a deal on the Switch, honestly. But yeah, just seeing how tall he is. Like, he's probably lower in, like, where the position is. But yeah, just seeing it, it's so, But yeah, then they showed off the game. The commercial music for this one, honestly, a banger song. Then they started playing kid music with, like, take me here, take me there, with the light. And I was just like, God, y'all are losing me. Just genuinely, it was not that fun listening to that. But yeah, look at that bezel though. I'm pretty sure, like, obviously you could see the sides and all that, like not filling in the gaps, but wow, that is like one of the worst photoshops I've ever seen for the Switch. That's insane. See, like there, you look and then you compare. If you could show, yeah, you compare the two. Yeah, like Like the people at Sega did a better job than Capcom. Can you believe that? That's insane. Yeah, then that's from Switch. They obviously have the model. Minecraft was shown off and all that. But they then were like saying we're done. But no, a whole 11 minutes left, and they were talking about accessories. So many people on YouTube got to be successful with showing off accessories to the Switch. That's the insane part with Switch, is that since it's a hybrid, you can buy so many damn accessories both portably and on the home version and all that. But yeah, he was announcing, hey, what's gonna be the release date for Breath of the Wild? Oh, we don't have the answer. Do you have the answer? The guy who's literally creating the game, other than Shigeru Miyamoto? I don't have the answer, but you could talk to the guy over there. Then they were showing off the Switch. Shigeru Miyamoto, another thing as well, has stated, oh hey, why did this succeed and not the Wii U? This is why, I'll be honest, he doesn't make any good games anymore. I'm saying by himself. You know how Star Fox Zero was? Yeah, that was his idea, and he pushed Platinum Games to stick with that idea with the controls. Look, I love the man, but just make software. Don't think, oh, we got to tie it in with the hardware or whatever. That's why people hate the Wii U, man, genuinely. And, like, I know he's never going to hear me or whatever, but, yeah, if you want to know why the Switch is succeeding, it's something that people can understand. It's that you can take it on the go with AAA quality games. That's why the Switch succeed, even though right now it's kind of sucking. So maybe you were able to see in the lines that we couldn't see back then when you stated that. I think it was 2019 when he was like saying the sales of the rocketing and all that. But yeah, I remember back thinking, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if the Switch sold 20 million, 60 million? 100 million. Oh my god, it made it to 100 million. But yeah. And then this Breath of the Wild trailer. This was awesome. They showed the Japanese one. They were showing the landscape, being like, oh, look at this vast world. It was really cool. Then they were talking, and it was like, this game's gonna have like dialogue that's actually gonna be like voice acted. And it was like, what the hell? But yeah, the music, god, I am so glad that this song got remixed into Smash Brothers. Genuinely one of my favorite songs that I'm glad got remixed. And it wasn't even that big of a remix. The beginning was like with guitars and all that, and that was the biggest change. But then the rest of it literally stayed the same because that's how good the song was. But I do wonder who made it, but I can probably see it in Smash Brothers. But yeah, they showed the parrying and all that, the ways you can defeat enemies. It was awesome. It really was, and I genuinely was hyped for how this was. But yeah, so much was like revealed, and then bum 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 bum, and it was just like, oh, this is gonna be a fun game, and it really was a fun game. Try and go back to it and all that, and it's kind of hard. But yeah, I would play it throughout the years. Like, oh, it's been a year later, let's play it again. Oh, let's play it again. And then I soft locked myself at one point, and yeah, it was not fun because I was stupid and not seeing that it was auto saving every time I went to a part of the castle, which was what I was betting on because I then saved beforehand. And then I soft locked myself because it kept on putting me back. Even though I was able to defeat Ganon himself, they would always say, oh, we're going to set you back a step instead of placing you back at your house like in how Pokemon does it. So that was fun. It reminds me of Paper Jam, basically. But yeah, the first time seeing Zelda, people thought she was naked. Good times. Yeah. But then this part, whenever she's speaking in Japanese, saying, oh, it was all for nothing and all that. And then she was really pretty because they went to make her a blonde again. This part, though, right here. Bruh, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to play it because, like, dude, this, like, was actually emotional. You see the American, or the English one, she's just like, listen to this. Okay, so I don't know if you could hear it or not because I'm in a microphone, but bruh, the voice actor actually was like feeling in pain and all that, bruh. That was awesome. They did such a good job. But yeah, just it was great. And then they officially revealed the date. But fun fact, actually, let me see actually right here. I believe. Oh, actually, Zelda was there, right? Yeah, she was. Like back then, I was thinking there was no one there, and then yeah, Zelda was there, but you could not see it. But yeah, Zelda was there. Okay, for some reason, I thought they edited her out of the trailer to not spoil it, but no, they kept it the same. Because you know how Marvel movies are or trailers are, they cut some people out, and then people try and figure out what's going on. But yeah, just to me, it was pretty crazy. But then she says the iconic line, but in Japanese. Open your eyes. Remember hearing that thing in 2017. That's probably the iconic line for me for Zelda. But yeah, March 3rd, 2017. Like, bruh, that honestly will always be a magical date for me. But yeah, like I said, this is part 2. Sadly, I was an idiot, and halfway through I did not realize that today was the 4th, but hey, it was really fun. But yeah, hope y'all guys enjoyed my retrospective on the Switch, and here's to another 5 years of Switch. Hopefully I'll see y'all around. Bye.